Hey everybody, it's John Corelli, your average guy with his average guy opinion. Today is episode 89. Getting up there, man. 89, 1989. The number, another summer. Sounded just like Public Enemy about 32 years ago, didn't it? Anyway, I want to tell you guys that I'm an idiot. For those of you that watch often, you already know that. I'm a little embarrassed though. I'm trying to get my stimulus check because a lot of people have gotten theirs already, and I have not. And I just realized this was the third stimulus check, not the second stimulus check. So I am truly an idiot. Maybe I just didn't miss it because it was only $600. Uh, that's the excuse I'm going to use. What really happened is that I thought uh, this was still being bandied about in Congress. I didn't realize that Trump had signed off on the $600 one, or Biden. It looked like Trump near, like in December, signed off on the $600 one. Never got it. Um, so didn't miss it that much because 600. But this next one is what, 1400, right? And if it's, and I'm guessing I heard maybe 1400 for my child too. I'm still figuring it out. There's so much information out there that you get misinformed pretty easily. And especially when you're stupid, you get misinformed really easily. So, but I'm confused as to why I'm not getting it. Here's my situation. Last year I was living in Aurora. I got hard checks while I was living there, just right about the time everyone else did. I got 1,700, 1,200 for myself, 500 for my kid. Dante did not get any because he receives disability income, Social Security disability income for his autism. He gets 800 a month for that, which is very significant. Helps me a lot take care of him. So there's that. But then I moved to my parents' house here in October. Thought everything was fine. Had the address change seems to have gone through fine. I did it with the United States Postal Service. Everything seems fine. Got my taxes done a couple of weeks ago. That seems fine. Did my address change with him when I did that because he had my old address in his computer, or in his system. But I thought everything was fine. Never received the 600, so not sure about that. Now, I don't know if any of you have tried to deal with the IRS online. There's no number you can call. You can just try, and you try a couple times, and it kicks you out and says, wait another 24 hours because you either tried too many times or gave us some information that doesn't jibe with our information. So it's very frustrating. But yeah, so I'm working on that. That's my new thing, is to see if I can get my second and third stimulus checks. Because right now it doesn't look like they're coming. A lot of theories here. My stepdad talked to me about it. He said, well, maybe they're still going with the old address. And my fear is that both of those were still in the hard check phase, and they got sent to my old address, and that person went, okay, zoop. I mean, that'd be pretty hard to cash them, I would think, since they should have my name on them. But world's a crazy place. We'll see. So working on that, and since that's happening, I figured this would be a good episode to talk about the IRS and their relevance, and if they're necessary. I guess that's saying the same thing twice, really. But I mean, obviously they're relevant. They can take you apart. They can cut you at the knees. It's really scary. When I got divorced in 2012, I, uh, I got throttled in the divorce decree. I had to pay. I was bringing home about 2,700 a month. Nearly 2,000, or no, about 1,700 of that was going back to my ex-wife and my kids, and I was fine with that. I was okay with living in squalor on $1,000 a month. Back then, I had a $700 apartment. The other $300 got me by, but I was starting to live on my credit cards a little bit, and so I had a Roth IRA that was worth like 8 grand. So it was very helpful to have that. I cashed it, and when I did, they told me, I asked the guy, because since the year of the divorce was crazy for both of us, we did our filing jointly because we were still married at the beginning of the year. It was weird, but my ex-wife and I went to H&R Block and said, hey, this is a mess. We need help with this. And it generally went smoothly. And I remember asking the guy specifically, I go, I cashed this Roth IRA. Am I okay? And he's like, yeah, you're fine. No, I wasn't fine. That's considered income, like as if you worked to earn it. I was like, well, fuck. So a few years later, the IRS hits me up for $1,400 that I owed on that 8 grand that I cashed. And now I'm kind of a red flag. I don't know if I'm still I don't know. It's really annoying though that it's something that the guy who's the supposed expert on told me I was fine and I wasn't, and that's that. Now they probably look at me a little more carefully. I didn't get audited or anything. They just said you owe 1,400. I went downtown and the guy, I go, do you think I can fight this or talk to H&R Block or maybe they should pay it? And he's like, just pay it, man. He was really cool. He's just like, dude, just pay it. It's 1,400. I know it's not pocket change, but it's not going to break you, is it? And he's like, no, I don't. Yeah, I was like, I don't need to do a payment system or anything. He's like, well, then just pay it and just try to move on with your life. And just, that's all you can do. I was like, okay. But that's the power of the IRS. Like I say, I'm very neutral on them. I understand they have a job to do, and they need to get people to pay their taxes because I happen to enjoy the things that come from that. The anti-tax people just make me laugh. I like my pipes working, from outward from the house. I like my sewer system to be cleaned once in a while, and I like roads to drive on and roads that are repaired and lights that are repaired. I like the public school system. I like cops. Not usually, but I like them and I want to be paid. I like a fire department that runs well. And who knows how many other municipal things that I have named that are paid for by taxes, mostly property taxes. But still, our other taxes pay for shit. You like the military? Tax funded, huh? You like maybe like I like that I get $800 every month for my kid and that I put into that and other people put into that. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, like I say, I'm not anti-IRS, but maybe we could do things better. Maybe we should have some sort of flat tax for income or a higher sales tax. I don't know. I would be fine with a 20% sales tax if that funded a national healthcare system. I would be fine with a 30% sales tax if that funded free education for as long as you want to be educated. I'm okay paying for these things because I know that if you pay higher taxes, you're going to get a better society. At least that's the way the theory works, and it seems to work that way pretty well in Europe. Things aren't perfect there, but they're better, I think. I mean, a lot of times, we put so much money into the military. Maybe just take some out of the military, and just say, you know what? Do we really need a base in Yemen where they don't want us there? How many billions is that costing us to put men there and put them in harm's way? And wouldn't that be actually an olive branch? Just going, you know what? You guys, we're going to let you handle your stuff, or maybe put it to a vote. If the majority of your people want us there and to have that base there, we'll do it. But if it not, then we'll tip the fuck out the door. That's the way it should be. We should only be there if we're wanted there. I don't know why we have bases all over this planet. I don't know who the hell we think we are that we can police this incredible planet of ours. We can't even handle our own shit. Anyway, that's quite a rant, isn't it? But I mean, it's not even a rant. I think it's just almost an observation. I don't, like I say, I don't understand why we have such an issue with taxes here. Why people get so upset about what they have to pay. I one time got into it with a former classmate of mine on Facebook, and he was bitching because Obama was going to tax people that make $150,000 a year, 30%. He was going to I think he put them in the same bracket as like millionaires and stuff. And I did the math. You know what? If you make $150,000 a year and you get taxed at 30%, you're still making $100,000. You're bringing home $100,000 a year. And I said, dude, if you can't make it work on $8,000 a month, that's your problem, not the government's problem. That's a you problem, And once you dip, and if you dip under 150,000, whether it's through you getting a pay cut or I don't know, I'm assuming your wife works and that's how the two of you make 150,000 a year, then the tax is lower once you're under that tax bracket. If you can't make it work on $8,000 a year, you need to get better with your money. And that's my point. It's like that would be part of the reason I would love a higher sales tax, actually. Fund things that need to be funded, particularly by the rich, because they're the ones that have more disposable income. And, sorry, hot lady just jogged by and I'm an animal. Bye. I'm just a terrible person. But then back to sales tax. Then that makes you a more, how do I want to say it? A more selective consumer. If I'm getting taxed 20% on stuff, then I might not buy some frivolous shit. In fact, I know I won't. I'm not saying like maybe food should have zero tax, and then less, maybe more luxurious items, the taxes go up. I know there's a system that can work better than what we have. Anyway, so that's my little rant about the IRS and how we can do better as individuals to make the system work. I think the IRS is here to stay. I can't imagine they're going anywhere. I'd love them to go somewhere, like go away, but they won't. And that's about it. That's all I got to say today. Thanks, guys. That was episode 89. See you again next time. Appreciate you. Bye.